Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 88, and this is our weekly meal plan episode where I share with you what I have on my meal plan for my family for the upcoming week. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the episode. Okay, so it's time for our weekly meal plan episode. If you haven't listened to these before, the purpose of this episode is basically just for me to share with you what I have on my meal plan for our family for the upcoming week. The idea is that maybe if you don't have any meal plan put together, you could use this kind of as a template to follow along if you happen to like the things that we like. But also I thought maybe it might just give you some ideas of some things you haven't made in a while to maybe help you in putting together your meal plan, or maybe just as motivation to put a meal plan together. So the meal plan that I will go over starts on Saturday. This one starts Saturday, August 29th. I always put the meal plan episode out on Wednesday. That way there's enough time to do shopping if you did want to make any of these recipes. So I always shop on Thursday, but my meal plan always starts on Saturday. That way I always have like that one extra cushion day in case just for some reason I'm not able to get to the food store on Thursday. I still have one day's worth of groceries that I would have purchased the previous week. I also do a very simple meal rotation, like I said, in case you're new, just so you can understand why if you listen over a few weeks, you might notice that there's going to be meals that are repeating pretty frequently, and that's done purposely just to make the meal plan process really, really simple. I do try and add in some different sides and things like that occasionally, and then like as the seasons change, I'll kind of start to change what we're making often. But I to make meal planning super easy, I do rotate. Like for example, every other Tuesday we do tacos, every other Monday we do hamburgers, and that type of plan. So I always say the same example, but whatever. For example, if Mondays we have hamburgers, and I know we're going to have hamburgers again 2 weeks from now, I'll go 2 weeks ahead on the meal plan. As soon as we have the hamburgers, I jump 2 weeks ahead and I put down that we're having hamburgers on that Monday. So that way, by the time I get to each week, the meal plan has already kind of almost been put together, with the exception of maybe filling in a few gaps or a few side dishes or things like that. Also, the meal plan does not include lunches. We just do leftovers or sandwiches or frozen pizza, things like that to fill in for lunches. So let's start. So Saturday on the meal plan, we're doing brats on the grill for dinner. So there's really no recipe for that. It's just a package of brats with hot dog buns. We usually put them on hot dog buns. And then I'm doing grilled chicken thighs, which does not have a recipe either. But I just like to get the boneless chicken thighs, and I just put some barbecue sauce on them and just cook them right on the grill. Then they come out really good like that. So we're doing brats with grilled chicken thighs, and then I'm doing classic macaroni salad, which the website that recipe can be found is allrecipes.com. The recipe is just called classic macaroni salad, and it's just like your typical mayo and vinegar based macaroni salad, with elbow macaronis. And I'm doing the Mexican bean salad again, which I've done quite a few times this summer. As we near the end of the summer, I probably won't be making this that much anymore, but I really like it in the summer, and I really like to use it as leftovers too, to top some lettuce in a salad. If I'm bringing a salad to work for lunch or something like that, or have it with grilled chicken or whatever, it's really good as leftovers too. And you can also use it as a dip also for tortilla chips. But it's called Mexican bean salad. That's also on allrecipes.com. And it's basically a bean salad. It's black beans, kidney beans, cannellini beans, stuff like that. And it has frozen corn in it. And then it's got olive oil, vinegar, that type of thing. But it's really good summer side dish. And like I said, it can be reused as leftovers in a lot of different ways. So that's Saturday. Sunday, we're doing Chef John's spaghetti alla carbonara. That's basically, if you haven't had it before, it's just spaghetti with bacon in it and egg. I know that sounds weird if you haven't had it before, but it's really good, and it's not a breakfasty thing. It's just the egg has just a slight bit of egg in with the pasta, and then the bacon, and you make kind of a creamy sauce-ish kind of with that combination, and it comes out really good. Also, that is from allrecipes.com also. I do wind up getting a lot of my recipes from allrecipes.com. But that recipe can be found there. And again, it was called Chef John's Spaghetti alla Carbonara. So that is for Sunday. And on the side with that, we're just doing canned green beans. That's not something I typically have as a side dish. I usually do more like the frozen, like steam fresh type vegetables. But my dad just happened to give me a bunch of canned green beans that they weren't going to be using, so we need to use those up. So I thought that would probably be a good side dish with the spaghetti carbonara. So that's Sunday. Oh, before I forget too, I just want to mention that these recipes are always posted on my Facebook page also, which is facebook.com/LolaLisFrugalLife. And I don't post them every single week because they do repeat a lot, but any ones that have already been posted or, or any that are repeats from previous episodes will be on the Facebook page. And then I'll check through to see if any of them are new, like that haven't been on a previous episode before. And if they are new, I'll post them on the Facebook page in case you want to just click and follow the link to the recipe. So, okay, Monday. So Monday we're going to do ribeye steak and grilled chicken. Those are both going to be on the grill. And for the ribeye steak, I just marinate it with the Montreal steak seasoning and olive oil and red wine vinegar. One tip that I have is that when I buy the steak, I will, if I remember to, like I did this recently, I bought 3 ribeye steaks and I put them each in a gallon Ziploc bag, and I put the Montreal steak seasoning in there and the olive oil and red wine vinegar, and I froze them like that. And then that way when I took them out to defrost, they defrosted in the marinade. So once they were defrosted and they were ready to go in the grill, they had already been marinated. So it was just like a really good quick tip for doing that, kind of pre-prepping for dinner. And then for the grilled chicken, I also do the same, except I use the McCormick Montreal chicken seasoning, and then oil, like olive oil, and I think I use white vinegar for that. So those are both just going to be marinated and then cooked on the grill. Really simple, no specific recipe really. And then I'm going to do the carrot fries, which I've done quite a bit this summer also. The recipe is called carrot fries with ketchupy ranch. Like I've said before, I've never actually made the ranch dip. I usually just make the carrot fries. That recipe is from foodnetwork.com, and I make them in the air fryer, but the recipe is actually prepared to make them in the oven. So you can do them in the oven or the air fryer. And then we're also doing Mexican corn on the cob, which is like one of my favorite things to do in the summer. And that's where you take fresh corn on the cob and you cook it on the grill. And then I'm sure there's many different ways to do this, but in this particular recipe, you take melted butter and mayonnaise and you kind of cover the corn with it, and then you top it with a Mexican cheese, and it comes out really, really delicious. And that recipe is from allrecipes.com also. It's just called Mexican corn on the cob, and then it's in parentheses, I guess what it's probably actually referred to is elote. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but it's E-L-O-T-E. So that's a really good summer dish too to go with barbecue food. So that's Monday. Tuesday, every other Tuesday, we do Chipotle night. So that's going to be this Tuesday. It's not Chipotle takeout. It's like a at-home version of Chipotle bowls. So I take, again, this one doesn't really have a recipe because I just kind of throw it together. But what we do for this is I just take chicken breast and I cut it up in small little strips and I toss it with olive oil and some seasoning. I usually just do like seasoned salt and maybe a little bit of chili powder. And I cook it under the broiler till it's like just almost about to be overcooked, so it gets like that little bit of crispy, almost like grilled chicken type consistency. And then I do like brown rice, black beans, cheddar cheese, sour cream, salsa. I think that's it. I forget if there's anything else, but just all your typical bowl toppings. And then I just put it all out and everybody comes and makes their own bowl. Super easy, super quick meal. I even have it timed out where the rice that I make is an instant brown rice, so I kind of get the rice ready to go, but I don't put it on in the microwave yet. That way I get the chicken ready, pop the chicken under the broiler. Once that gets going, I hit start on the rice, so it kind of all winds up getting done at the same time. And all the other stuff basically just comes out of the fridge. So the only other thing that really needs to be heated up besides the rice and the chicken is a can of black beans. So I'll usually have the rice finish, get the can of black beans, dump them in a container, put them in the microwave for like 3 minutes, and then as soon as those come out, the chicken's usually done at that time, and then it's just a really quick, easy meal, and it's one of my favorites. If you like those kind of bowls, it's a really good, simple meal to have. So that's for Tuesday. So Wednesday, we're doing Chef John's sausage and shrimp jambalaya. That recipe is from allrecipes.com. If you've listened to a previous episode where I make this recipe, I do have to say that I don't really follow this recipe. I use it as a placeholder to just remind myself of what the kind of like the, I don't know what you would call it, like the spin I put on it, I guess. I basically just really super simplified it. The recipe as written is very good, but I'm usually making it on a weeknight, and I usually try and go much quicker and simpler. So I use most of the ingredients in this. I just don't do the whole process. So what I wind up doing for this meal is I'll do rice. Since we're doing Chipotle the night before and I'll be using brown rice, I'll probably use white rice for this meal so that it's not like the same thing 2 nights in a row as far as the rice goes. But what I do is I just take the shrimp and like the peppers, and I saute them in a pot, and then separately I do the sausage, and I just cut it up and cook that up in a separate pot, like a little frying pan, and then I will do the rice on the side. So the shrimp with the peppers, and then it's got like a broth in there, is in one pot, and then I have the sausage separate and the rice separate. And the reason I do that is, one, because it's super quick and it gets a lot of the flavor, and it just turns out to be a really good, quick, easy meal. 2, some of my family likes it brothy and some don't, and then my one daughter doesn't eat meat and everybody else does. So when we do it this way, you can take rice, you can take shrimp and the pepper combination, you can add more broth if you want, you cannot add broth if you want, you can add the sausage if you want, whatever. So it's a very quick, easy meal, but I'm not literally following the jambalaya recipe when I make it. And I just kind of know that in my mind, so when I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the night I'm going to do this kind of thing. So anyway, that's Wednesday. Thursday, we're doing breakfast for dinner. And for breakfast for dinner, I'm just doing scrambled eggs. I'm doing turkey bacon in the oven, which is my absolute favorite discovery. I think I say that every single time we do breakfast for dinner, but I only learned about cooking bacon in the oven this year, which probably sounds ridiculous for some people, but I had never really seen it done before, I guess. I don't know. We just always stood over a pan and cooked bacon forever. But anyway, we usually use turkey bacon, so I found a thing that told you how to cook the turkey bacon in the oven. And I mean, basically you just take a big cookie sheet and put aluminum foil on it and lay the bacon out and bake it at 400 degrees for like 10 minutes, flip it over, and then do another 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same for regular bacon, but I'm sure it's probably pretty similar. And it just comes out so perfect, and it's so easy to clean up, and you don't have to stand over the stove, and I just love it. So we're doing that, and then we're also doing a new crock pot recipe that I had made I think a couple weeks ago, and that was slow cooker cheesy bacon ranch potatoes, and those came out really good. You basically just put aluminum foil in your crock pot, and then you cut up a bunch of potatoes real small, and then you also add ranch seasoning, like the powdered salad dressing mix, and you put that in there, and then you kind of fold the foil over top of the potatoes, and then they cook in the crock pot all day, and they come out super, super good. That recipe is from damndelicious.net, DAMN delicious.net, and it's called slow cooker cheesy bacon ranch potatoes. I did them without the bacon, just because, like I said, my one daughter doesn't eat the meat, but we did have the turkey bacon on the side for whoever wanted it. And anyway, yeah, so that was a really good recipe. It goes really good with the breakfast for dinner meal. So that's Thursday. Then our last meal on the meal plan for the week is on Friday. So on Friday, we are doing oven fried breaded pork chops. That is from skinnytaste.com. And It's basically just like a breaded pork chop dipped in egg and coated with panko breadcrumbs and cornflake crumbs. So it comes out really crispy, and but it's baked in the oven. It's, when they say fried, it's in like not parentheses, like quotation marks, because it's not really fried, but it has kind of like that texture. So that was really good. I think I just made that for the first time, like, I don't know, a week ago or something, when I was going to originally do my air fryer pork chops, and I just couldn't bear to do them because as good as they come out, we have a family of 5 and you can only fit like a couple pork chops in the air fryer. So I would sit there doing batch after batch, and it was just like, I'm not doing this that particular time. So I found this other recipe and it was really good. And on the side with that, we're doing 5-ingredient Instant Pot mac and cheese. That's from foodnetwork.com. And it's, if you're looking it up, it's the number 5, so 5-ingredient Instant Pot mac and cheese. It's just a really quick, simple, easy mac and cheese recipe that you make in the Instant Pot. And that goes really good as a side dish. And then we're just going to do like a bagged salad on the side with that. So that's the meal plan for the week. I hope this could help you out in some way. If you have any feedback, please reach out to me through the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life. I'd really love to hear from you. You can also like the page so that you can see as any new recipes are posted on there. And if you're interested, we have a private listeners group. It's a small group right now, but I know it's going to keep growing. We have a few really nice members in there so far. If you're interested in joining that, you can go to facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life and submit a request to join. As soon as I see it, I will approve you. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like this podcast, and it would be much, much appreciated if you would leave a nice review if you feel like doing that. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.